Welcome to the BiG Scuba Podcast. This is episode 216 and we visit the Midlands Dive Chamber. Here we are diving along and having a good time at Spring Lakes in Nottingham. But what happens when diving don't always go to plan? Who do we call on? And that's one of the reasons why we thought we'd go see the guys over at Midlands Dive Chamber, so we can share that with you.
Hello and welcome to the BiG Scuba Podcast. We are at the Midlands Diving Chamber.
Yay!
Yeah, we're here with Caroline and Sally, and also we have had a 40-metre dry dive today in the chamber.
Yeah.
So, Sally, would you like to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Sally Cartwright. I'm the Chamber's manager. I've been here 4 years, I think now, something like that, and also technical diver away from here. I think that's about it. I go in the chamber, do attendance and sit on the outside with the team. And then this is Caroline.
Hi there, I'm Carolyn Peel. I'm one of the doctors who works here at the Midlands Diving Chamber. I originally actually started as a chamber operator, and that's how I kind of found my way into hyperbaric oxygen. And then I decided I would use my medical skills, and so I became a hyperbaric physician. And so I assess divers, I treat divers, and I also hop in the chamber if needed to be. I'm multitasking, yes, but my main role is as the doctor, really.
And we should also say that you don't do this alone. There's a whole team of people, and with us, we've met today Lee and Spike. And we had Spike in the chamber with us.
You did. You were very fortunate.
We had a Spike in the chamber.
Yeah, but he's very bad to
He kept us entertained.
We've got bank staff as well. So we've got Mark's full time actually, and there's also Gary and Rachel. She's in the house as well. She joins in on the team.
To work here as part of the chamber team, do you have to come with specialised skills and experience?
We can train what we need here, and there are courses you can go on, but ideally it's nice if you're a diver because you understand the pressures and the physics of it. People walking through the door, they're always worried, and if you start talking diver to them, they're happy, they calm down. So, and we understand why they're here, and nobody gets judged. So
we should say we're in Rugby, and
landlocked,
fairly landlocked, probably most landlocked in part of the UK. But right near us is one of our favourite dive sites, and well known is the Stony Cove. It's only did you say 19 miles away from it?
It's about that. It's about 40 minutes by road.
And you've got Stony Cove, Dost Hill, Gildenberg, all pretty close around here.
So there's quite a few other little dotted sites that people use as well. So and Vobster obviously is within our catchment. Where else is
but also we're also very handy.
Spring Lakes.
They're coming in for their medicals now, so going to go up and see them and have a look around.
Oh, you should. They've got some really good diving there.
I've been there a couple of times then.
We're also very handy kind of road wise because we've got the M1 here, the M6, so it's Rugby's a really easy place to
get lively, isn't it? Get to. And we can land helicopters here
as well. Yeah, we've got a helicopter landing.
Right, far away, Lee. We just done a dive in the chamber. What is all this all about? These are all the controls, yeah?
Yeah, of course. This is where it's all operated from. It's not as complicated as it looks. We've got this side of it is for running this chamber, so your air in, air out, constant flow. This does exactly the same for that chamber. You've got your breathing system, oxygen, air and exhaust for the main chamber, and then it's repeated again for the entry lock chamber. The rest of it really is monitoring, communication system, DVD recorder, depth gauges for each side. I can switch over you.
So you can see from those dials how deep we're going.
Yeah, these are the digital dials. They're easier to read. These are the calibrated dials. Which we have to calibrate every few months. And then the rest of this is, as I say, this is so I can switch over the individual seats from oxygen to air or vice versa. a tachograph, similar to what you'd have in a wagon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just records on the graph, which I haven't turned off. Alarm systems. This is your gauges for outside for oxygen pressures, main bank pressures. Your lighting system, fire system. This is fire system, and that is your fire extinguisher.
All right. So what you got in there? Just water.
800 litres of water charged with nitrogen up to 7 bar.
Right.
So it's still going at 50 metres. It will still go in as a positive pressure quickly. So
what we got here on the side here?
these are almost like your regulators that you'd have on your dive equipment. It's just a switch over between drawing oxygen or air and then going over to exhaust. Okay. So it's similar to a demand valve.
Midlands Diving Chamber.co.uk.
And these are the cameras, aren't they?
Cameras, everything's recorded. We've got 2 either side, so every seat can be seen. We've also got them in the entry lock as well. That's usually covered up because when we're running treatments, the entry lock actually gets used where we put a porta potty in there. Yeah. So that camera's covered up. Unless we need it in an emergency, we can take the covers off.
Is that so you can talk into the chamber?
Yeah, I can talk through to the main chamber through.
Which is what we heard. Yeah, we could hear
on the comm system on here. But if we need to talk privately with the attendant, then we can call on there.
Excellent.
So what's a typical day like here?
It's sporadic, isn't it? So you can have no divers for a while, and then all of a sudden they come like buses. You'll have like 3 or 4 in a week.
Sometimes 2 on one day.
2 on one day we've had in the past, yeah. So we just don't know when it's going to happen. They're not blue light situations. People can fly back from abroad and they get off the plane and they're ringing us because they've took on well on the flight, or they've gone to work after a day's diving or a weekend away down South Coast. And they'll sit on it at work for about 2 days or something, won't they? And then they'll go, oh, I don't feel well. The land sickness has not wore off.
Or someone will say to them, "Not actually, you've probably got the bend, so pick up the phone." Because we're always at the end of a phone. We're open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Yeah. So there's always someone you can speak to.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any symptoms or anything that they didn't have before they dived, just pick up the phone. We don't judge people. We're quite happy to talk things through. But please just pick up the phone and get advice, because the sooner you're treated, the better.
Yeah.
So that's a big message.
It surprised me how people are not sort of rushed in. It's kind of
it's not very laid back sometimes.
Do the NHS divert people over from is it 101 when you call for some
111?
111?
Yeah, so 101's the police.
Oh, exactly. Cool.
You're calling the wrong number.
Don't call that number. Do call the number.
Oh, we do cover for police divers, so we're all right. The A&E usually can pick up if they know to call us, they'll pick up the local hyperbaric chamber and give us a call. Or they have the BHA number as well, so they can call up their nearest chamber if they don't know what it is. But we get a lot of calls from A&E, don't we? Sometimes Leicester and Oxford and Coventry sometimes. It just depends who's savvy on the A&E team who knows a bit about decompression illness.
Because I'd imagine it's not always like the first thought that it is a diving related incident.
Well, divers don't always think it is either. No. They go denial straight away. No, it can't be. My profiles were perfect.
It's a cold.
Everything was fine. Yeah,
Well, sometimes we had a guy and he had a really sore elbow, and he was just convinced that it wasn't anything to do with his diving, that he'd broken it. So he went along to casualty, but he did actually phone us. So I kind of said, right, you need to come down and see us. So, but yeah, it did. The bends presents in lots of different ways, and sometimes it is hard to kind of realise that it is actually related to diving. Mm-hmm. So anything new, just pick up the phone. We're quite happy to. Well, apart from if it's like silly o'clock in the morning.
We get them.
But we are still quite happy to talk to divers.
We're open 24/7, but we're just there for advice. We get calls from abroad as well.
Really?
We're kind of a go-to for Dan, but they seem to forget that they're in Indonesia and they're ringing us in the UK for advice. We'll give them advice where to go and get help. Or go back to Dan. And if they come home and they're still symptomatic, then, by all means, call us. But yeah, I mean, we get the right range of cases, really, don't we? For the majority of that walk-in wounded. Very rare do we come in by yellow fun bus, as I call it, an ambulance.
So once they're here, did you like an overall assessment and look at their diving profile?
So we always get them to kind of bring their dive profile with them. So when they arrive, we'll see them, assess them, look at the dive profile. Although sometimes you don't actually, there's not obvious reason that diving's, it can kind of bring on issues without there actually being a reason. It's not kind of straightforward. There's no magic kind of blood test we can actually do to see if you have the BENS, decompression illness. So we'll use all our clinical skills, and we assess the patient and do lots of clinical tests on them, and then make a diagnosis, and then make a plan for treatment following that diagnosis, and then get the team involved, tell them what the issues are. Then a member of the team will just run through what it's like going in the chamber, and size up the mask, and just explain the treatment as well. And there's always when you go in the chamber, you always have an attendant in with you, so you're not on your own.
And sometimes we have to re-perform the neurological tests that Caroline or any of the doctors do in the porta cabin, where they get assessed, and then we'll run them again in the chamber to see if there's any progress in their
and then sometimes the doctor will jump in and kind of do them, or we just watch from the outside and the attendant will do them, because we've kind of run through what tests that we need to be done, and then you see them improving with treatment, hopefully, as is usually the case.
Every sort of air break we'll run through where you're at with these symptoms, start thinking, running up to the air break, start thinking about how you're feeling, and you can see them working out that they are getting better, and you see their mental health change through, because they come in quite nervous, a bit worried. Halfway through the treatment, they're giggling, you can't shut them up.
And then some people suddenly realise actually how awful they did feel before, but they hadn't kind of quite realised how bad they felt, because suddenly they're feeling a lot better and a lot more themselves. So
sometimes they come back better.
Better
than before.
This guy with a sore elbow, it was amazing. And he went, it's fine now.
And are people surprised at how long they have to stay in the chamber? Because it's usually about 5-6 hours.
5-6 hours. Well, we usually explain to them kind of how long the treatment's going to be. So we say bring a book, and
keeps people away, isn't it? Like they're worried 6 hours in the chamber. Oh no, I don't want to do that. And they're like, actually, it's not bad. We'll put a movie on.
Watch a movie, and we have food and drinks and
bad jokes.
Spike stories.
And because we're all divers here, you've got common ground. So so it's the time does pass very quickly.
And I think if you go along the lines, it's a sports injury, people are more likely to pick the phone up, not worry about it. It's no different to pulling a ligament playing football. It's that kind of thing. It's just the treatment process is very quick and sorted. Whereas if you pull a ligament in your leg playing football, it could be months. This is a really good A&E service that the NHS provide, which is you're seen within as quick as you can get here. You're on the phone with immediate advice off a doctor. You're not being passed around by a receptionist.
You're not waiting a long time like you do with 111.
You're in within 2 hours. You're being treated, and it's free. It's part of the NHS system. And I think the more we can get that out there and say, stop worrying, it's here. It's not blue light service all the time. You don't always need to be blue lighted in wherever you are, or choppered off or whatever. It's a walk-in service type thing.
And we tend to ask for someone to drive them in if they're not feeling well, just for safety wise. It's not going to stop you diving. We offer a free return to diving medical after a month after treatment.
That's a good idea.
So we just say don't dive for a month till you've had this medical, and then avoid flying for usually about 48 hours.
Our priority is to get you back diving. People think there's a taboo about getting bent, and that you'll never dive again attitude. It's going to happen again. Not always. It's more of it's a sports injury. Let's get you back diving again. It's what you do. It's what you love. It's good for mental health. It's good for just lifestyle.
Yeah.
Get back in the water. That's
all sorts of reasons why somebody had, and
it's not always what they did wrong. If they've done something wrong, it can just be something. Yes.
There's often no rhyme or reason to.
No, there isn't.
To decompression illness, so no, it's not. And then I suppose the other thing is if people do get recurrent decompression illness, and that kind of makes us think, well, actually, is there a cause? Do they have a PFO? And then then
underlying health condition. We help them find it
to get checked out.
Yeah.
So
so you refer them back to their kind of doctor
to
get referred for scans and checks.
Or we can refer them privately. PFOs are generally dealt with privately, not by the NHS at the moment. So we can do a quick referral if the doctor knows where they've come from and they've got a referral letter from like Caroline or the other doctors. They're pretty on it straight away. So we've got links into like ENT specialists to, unfortunately, some of them are private, but they can link you back into the NHS system if required. So it's a really good service that the NHS provide here. So any of the chambers, we're well looked after as a sports person. You self-inflicts this stuff on yourself.
Yes, and we've done a dive today in the chamber, and that was a really good experience. And so starting off that process, we filled in a questionnaire, a health questionnaire, completed that. So you guys knew our health background.
You have to make sure that you're safe to get in the chamber. So
so we did that, and then asked us some questions while we were here, and then we got changed into some scrubs.
And then had a really good in-depth briefing with Spike before we even got into the chamber.
Our dive computers in, didn't we?
Yeah.
They went in a bucket of water, and we could keep an eye on them. And then Spike had in there a couple of little things for us to like
ping pong balls. Neoprene that crushed down.
Bottles of water. I thought that was a great idea for equalising. As we went down, I think we got to about 3 meters first
to safety check, make sure everybody's happy.
Which was really good. Then we got to about 10 meters, and I think we kind of leveled out for a little bit, and then we dropped down a bit further after Spike had checked us to say that we were all okay. We dropped down to about 20 meters. We kind of leveled out again for a few seconds.
We went back up again, didn't we?
Because some get sticky.
And then we dropped down further, and that's weird because I found that equalised and got better as the deeper we went. And
that's down to your physics that we're all taught is the first 10 meters are to the pressure. You do a lot of air clearing in that first sort of 10 meters. So when we get patients who are not divers, their profiles are 14 meters. So you've got to educate them how to air clear. And obviously the descent rate we can go a bit slower, but divers are pretty quick. They know what they're doing, so we don't have to re-educate.
And it's a sensation as well. Some people might not have experienced that if they've not been in a sort of aeroplane or it is. If you don't do anything about it, it will.
Spike was with us the whole time and was checking on us, make sure we're okay. And we felt assured.
It was really funny how our voices changed when we got to we started talking. It was just like
nicking out almost.
It was your faces when the ping pong balls went off.
This ping pong ball just went pop, didn't it?
This tiny thing makes this huge loud noise, and think, what?
I thought he meant that I was just going to be dented, all of a sudden just dent in.
No,
but no, actually popped.
I had mine in my lap, and I took it. I don't want that there.
I think the deepest ones imploded was 38 meters.
Really?
Yeah. Normally they'll go in the shallow end. It's sort of between 10 and 20-ish, something like that, because it makes everybody jump. So we have a laugh at it from the outside, but. We would like a run a booksy when the last ping pong ball will go, and it was a Christmas dive with the staff, and we're all sitting there going, well, all the ping pong balls are done. Next thing you know, bang, it all went off at 38 meters, and we're looking at each other going, oh, what happened there? And it's the last ping pong ball. We're like, oh, that was a robust one.
So we tried some Tunnocks tea cakes, didn't we?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
The mallow in the.
So I cut some in half so you could see the marshmallow bit.
Yeah.
And then I kept 2 of them out that was solid, not touched. So when we watched the dive, the marshmallow went to goo because all the air came out of it. And then we tried to eat one and it was just tasteless. So you couldn't taste anything. And then we thought, oh, what happens when you come back up? Will the marshmallow go like that? Because you see videos of them being taken up in an aeroplane and they explode out, which they do. We've done it in a vacuum chamber to put them into space, and they just go to this big, like a big mushroom cloud of marshmallow. But this, it never returned. It lost its air. So it was just like goo. And the ones that were solid, when I cut them in half, they were like they've never been touched. So I'm going to make a newt suit out of chocolate, out of some tea cake chocolate, because it just didn't budge. And we're like, no, it can't happen. And I always remember that patient, bless her, she was in for elective, and we took a Tunnocks tea cake in, and we cut it in half for her because she was a delicate, bless her, and she picked it up and she went, oh, they don't put much marshmallow in this anymore, do they? And we're like, to explain that to the lady, that's what it's for. Yeah. But yeah, you can have some fun in there.
Did you feel any like narcosis or anything?
Just a bit heady, but it was only seconds. Yeah, and then
yeah, same.
When you get hot as well, you get very hot.
Yeah,
temperature,
amazing.
I was thinking this is really warm, and then when we started coming up, the mist.
Yeah,
and then it got really cold.
And you do get cold. Yeah, a lot of people have blankets over them.
Yes.
The way to explain it for divers is, when you open your valve on your dive cylinder, if you just no regulator on and you're blasting the air out, it goes icy, doesn't it? If you're not careful, it's the same effect because you're removing compressed air, so the temperature drops. So obviously we have to control that so it doesn't ice up. Yeah. But it gets cold in there. So it's actually in some cases some women in a, I can't say certain age group anymore because they're trying to remove that phase, but we actually quite like it because it's quite refreshingly cool.
It's quite refreshing.
Yeah, it's nice when you've been at that temperature for a while.
Yeah.
But, oh God, that's good.
That was good. And then we had a safety stop at 6 meters.
Yeah, 6 meters.
Yeah. We hung there for
26 minutes. 26 minutes.
Yeah.
Brought you back up.
We like err on the side of caution.
Yeah, and we're also breathing oxygen. We had the masks on, so that's another sort of precaution as well that you put in place. Yeah,
it's extra safety.
Yeah, so you're on 100% oxygen.
Yeah, I think that's the first time being on 100% oxygen.
There you go. Did you taste any difference in the gas or
no?
Just reminded me of childbirth, being on the gas and then.
But you weren't the patient.
Every man when he goes to child visits, goes with his wife or partner and has to try the gas and air. It's the law. Don't mind if I had to take that, did you?
I'm sure she was.
Yeah, that was great.
I'm sure she was impressed with that. So
yeah, but that was a good experience. Yeah, and we've got now our 40-meter dives on our dive computers.
Yeah,
and I think it is also good so you know how you feel when you're narked in a controlled environment, because if it happens underwater and you react badly,
you'd recognise it.
It's not good. So just know how you personally react, because everyone reacts so differently.
Yeah.
You might think you're okay as well, but actually you're not. If you put some of these mental tests, agility tests you can put in front of yourself at 40 meters, and you think you're all right, when you come back to 6 and do them again,
because we often get people to rearrange letters and things. Which is quite fun. Because we had a proposal, didn't we?
Oh, somebody
a dry dive proposal, and we got these magnetic letters.
Yeah,
and so we had "Will you marry me?" but obviously all mixed up, and it did take them a while to get it in the right order.
What was the answer?
It was a yes, wasn't it?
I think so. Yes. Whether she could spell yes was interesting.
By the time they'd done it,
it'd have been spelt no.
So it is quite interesting how because you feel you're fine, but actually when you try and do simple things, you suddenly realise actually no.
Well, I suppose it is like being drunk, and people can't drive cars when they're
doing the walk that they do, the heel toe walk that they do often in America to test people.
Oh, really? I've not heard that.
Well, I think it's on programme, not unless I'm into Americans being stopped. But I think on the programmes you see them doing the heel toe walk. Because that's one of our tests that we do, the heel toe walk.
And the Romberg and sharpen Romberg, just to check your balance.
Yeah, balance test.
So if the balance is off, that's another indication that they've got a bend.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. So, and you did touch on elective. So part of other things that you do, you can get sort of medical conditions with people coming in to be treated.
So in other countries there's a lot more kind of treatment with hyperbaric oxygen that's covered. So yeah, elective treatments, we treat leg ulcers, they respond really well to hyperbaric oxygen. Post-radiation issues, that responds well. Some cancers do as well. And sports people, I think there was Emma Raducanu there was a photo of her in a hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah,
so if they have injuries, professional sport, or amateur sports people, it's the oxygen
accidents are a classic one, aren't they?
Oxygen just heals things a lot quicker. So yeah,
there was there was the big crash on Isle of Man this year at the TT. There's about 3 separate big crashes, and each one of those are posting out on their Facebook pages that they're in having a hyperbaric oxygen. So
and that's because that's pumping that oxygen right into the regions where it needs it most.
It's like poor blood flow areas.
When then under pressure, you get a higher percentage of oxygen as well that goes. So so the healing power is a lot better.
Yeah, think of the advert where certain beers reach certain parts that other beers don't reach. Without saying the name of it, you know what I mean?
So it's really important. So what we're saying is it's really important that places like this are used funded fully, and secured for the future.
Oh yes, definitely, yes.
Because of the potential.
Well, hyperbaric oxygen is the only treatment for decompression illness, so it is important that the chambers carry on doing the
for other
work that they're doing.
Illnesses.
But for other illnesses, yes. And a lot of private medical companies are now kind of accepting that hyperbaric oxygen is a good treatment. So so people come and get funding from their private medical companies.
Which you don't necessarily think, would you? If you've got certain illness, that this type of treatment would be really good for you.
Yes. And it's good because it's a non-invasive treatment. Yeah. I mean, the only thing is it does take a bit longer, so you'd have to come, and if you were from far away, you need to kind of come and stay, ready to come. So you have five daily treatments, Monday to Friday, then you have the weekend off, and usually we say about 20 to 30 treatments, depending on what condition that you've got.
Yeah, and that could take their recovery that bit further quicker.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, we've seen really good results with them.
Yeah. It's quite nice because you see them improving in their character, personality, because something positive is happening as well.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of divers out there that don't realise that's another side of hyperbaric.
That's right. And it's quite interesting actually, because people who aren't divers who come expect that we're going to throw them into a tank of water. So when they actually walk through and see this kind of just like a chamber, and they go, a bit disappointed in a way.
Yeah, when I first came, one of the members of staff here came in and went, "Where's the crane?" And you're like, "What do you mean, where's the crane?" He said, "Well, it lowers that in the floor, doesn't it?" You got like a Thunderbird doorway or something. Yeah. Like, no, it doesn't quite work.
It's going to lower you down to 14 meters.
Yeah. So as divers, everybody really should have a number for a chamber.
Yes.
Readily at hand, just in case.
They should always know where the nearest chamber is.
But if they don't, whichever chamber you phone, you'll always be directed to your nearest chamber, so you don't have too far to go. So don't panic if you haven't got your local one. Just please pick up the phone if you need advice. 999
divert you as well.
Yes,
if they know where to divert to.
I mean, you better really find out the chamber numbers.
And to be honest, if you're diving, you're going to be with other divers that know.
Well, it should be part of the risk assessment. So if you take, especially for dive centres, so when they organise a dive, so it'll be part of the risk assessment of where the nearest dive chamber is and contact details, stuff like that.
And that's the same for abroad as well. Always know where your chambers are, because the amount of people who ring us up to find out where the nearest chamber is, I can't always tell them. So
So it kind of brings us around to like the future of this place, is because you rely on funding for the NHS.
Yeah, that's correct.
And recently you've gone through, is it every year that comes up for renewal, or every 2 years?
5 years.
Every 5 years that comes up for renewal. And recently they've changed how these are going to be funded and what they expect. So how does that currently lie things with the Midlands Dive Chamber at the moment?
We're business as usual, with no intention of closing.
Good.
So it's out there, press. They've reduced some 8 chambers to 6. There's every intention to have a chamber in the Midlands. That's as much as we know, really. So the procurement process is still underway. They've not made decisions on some of the chambers. So as far as we know, we're still here.
Yeah.
So I'm open for business as usual, which we need to get out there because we're worried people may not pick up the phone because they think certain chambers are closed.
No, the trouble is like rumours.
Rumours that are flying around at the moment.
So they just get out of hand.
Yeah, for the average diver in the diving community, UK further diving community, what can they do to help support? Not necessarily they need your medical support, but for any concerned diver, what can they do to support your cause?
There's not much that they haven't already done.
Right.
People have been getting in touch with MPs and local, like BZAC have done quite a bit, but there's nothing changed. It's the NHS's decision.
Yeah.
And they haven't made a decision. So apart from London closing, which was a shame, but
yeah.
It's just knowing where your nearest chamber is at the moment and just keep in touch with the chambers to find out what's happening. They can keep in contact, call us anytime if they've got any worries. And that's as much as we know at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're cracking on as normal and for foreseeable. So
Yeah.
Good.
And that's the way, it's the best way to be.
it is,
Yeah.
crack on as, nothing's changing at the moment. So
It's great.
cool.
Yeah. So, and do you have people that come in for sort of trips? Not trips in the chamber as such, but just for education purposes.
Yeah,
If
do.
they're not divers.
We'll do a dry dive like you've just done.
Yeah.
And they can divers can come in with a club and set up and have a dry dive. They have a presentation evening. It's a bit of a laugh. A full chamber full of giggling people is quite entertaining for us on the outside. So
And then staff at the hospital will often say, we're quite interested. So we'll say, we'll just come up and have a visit and we'll show them around.
we open the door. The door's always open. Kettle's always on. We're quite a friendly bunch in here. If anybody's passing through rugby, please call in. Just have a natter and have a coffee.
Just second, you do make a good cup of tea as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so
To be fair.
And
always.
it's good knowing that clubs can come here because again that's furthering the education and making it not seem like it's a bad thing getting a bend, but how it's all dealt with.
Understanding the process.
And we go out to clubs as well and do talks. If they're willing for us to come out, we'll do a club night and go out and do some talks. And we tend the dive shows. We'll do talks at dive shows.
Yeah.
We're really open to anything. Training courses, we're all looking at maybe revamping that at some point. We also offer medicals, HSC and sport diving medicals. I think that's about it, really, isn't it? But Kettle's always on.
But we're here. The message is we're here for divers and non-divers, and
whatever.
Don't worry about picking up the phone.
And what is the telephone number that they need?
No, you're asking me.
Oh no, where's he gone?
Oh, I've got a card.
There we go. I need my glasses on now. Right. 07931 472 602.
Brilliant.
Right.
Shall I repeat that?
Yeah, repeat
please.
it.
Okay. 07931 472 602.
Excellent.
And you can find our website as well, which is midlandsdivingchamber.co.uk.
We haven't revised this, but I'm just wondering, should we ask them one of our set questions? Just to kind of
Why don't
finish it?
you?
No. Now I have. I may have done these before.
Done some.
Go on.
Billboard.
Yeah. Okay, so if you could have a billboard,
Mhm.
do it together or individually. So a billboard that will go out to the whole world. What would you put on your billboard? And it can be a picture, a statement, a video.
I can't remember what I said last time, but I think it involved Daniel Craig. He's a diver. Can't remember what I said last time. I'd probably life's an adventure, embrace it. That would be my strap line on it. So
What would be yours?
I don't know. Live, love, and be happy.
that's typical Carolyn.
Sounds good. You like that?
Yeah, well, we'll put the number and the contact details. Can people email you as well?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
It's just info at
definitely.
Midlands Diving Chamber, but there's also a contact form on the website. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, even if they just look at the website for further education as well.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of
knowing
info on
what
there.
you do. Yeah.
I mean, basically, we're here for you. So,
there we go.
yeah,
please use us.
Brilliant.
yeah, we'd like to say thank you for having us for today.
That's all right. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming.
Been a really good experience. I think.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and anybody listening to the podcast, yes, definitely nearest chamber up to you.
Yeah, excellent.